man, yard man, yard man, yard man.
Yeah, people, I YaadHoopz, and we can't lose, is it? So, we have a special episode today. And you know, so Jamaica basketball are the big news right now. It's hype. Everybody want to play for JA. You know what I mean? We get a whole heap of new players, NBA players, and so forth. And the pre-qualifiers for the World Cup just gone. So, 3 game, and we'll discuss them, you know? So, I could start out with the first game, Billy.
Yeah, so the first game of the lineup is Barbados versus Jamaica. And if you guys don't know, Jamaica took the dub. Convincing victory for the Reggae boys, 101-79. We have a leading scorer in the game, and I actually like this player a lot. Amen Thompson, the forward for Jamaica. I think he played more power forward, small forward for most of the competition. You know, really go-getter, hustle player and stuff like that. So, he was big time there with 20 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists in just 21 minutes played. You could tell it's like a different level. The Jamaicans over the Barbadians, different level for the first round. What you say, Treez?
No, I really was impressed with the Jamaica squad. Dominated the game. Yeah, very impressive performance from Romain Thomas. Was glad to see that just because a player not necessarily in the NBA, it don't mean they can't put up some good numbers and do what they're supposed to do. So we have, we don't have too many NBA players playing for us currently, but these guys are doing good. Romario Gill, 19 points, 11 rebounds.
Yes.
That's applause worthy. Double. You know what I mean? Almost 20 and 10, So
yeah.
Norman Powell put up a smooth 12. I was impressed overall by the squad. And it made me feel hopeful for Jamaica to have some type of journey through this FIBA competition. Like they can actually probably make a little dent as a small island, So it's a good showing.
That's the Barbados game when I talk about, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
The thing with Barbados is like when it comes to UE games, UE Mona, UE Caville, UE St. Augustine. UE Caville tend to win the basketball competition between the 3 campus then. So from my memory, newsflash, me did play for UE campus. So anyway, UE Caville, them Bayesian there tend to be tall as hell, yo, I'm not lie. It's something with, I don't know, the people that get dropped off in a Barbados must be the tall African them or something, cause the man them tall as hell, bro. So good work, give them the L.
I feel like the funny thing about the game is like on them roster they never really have a lot of tall players. Like Romario, that Treez mentioned earlier is our center.
7'3".
Yeah, is the most imposing player on the court during that game. I really, I really take a note of that type of player because
Black
we said how tall is he? 7. How tall is he?
7'3", 7'3", man. Look on it, yes, sir.
For a 7'3" player, he's run the court as a big man, always running the court, hustle player. That's why I get so much rebounds. So as a player, when I look into the future prospects of Jamaica and trying to qualify for the World Cup, that's somebody who I want to see in the starting 5, or it's possible to make the starting 5 when we're thinking about actually making a contending team. Like he's a player that I would want to see a part of the squad for sure, earning minutes, and for the whole competition. But the first game show you the type of player he is,
So yeah, I'm apparently born in a St. Thomas too, so I'm one of the few players who not just have Jamaican heritage, but him straight up born in a St. Thomas native, So big up Romario Gill. And the second game was Costa, Rica, right? I'm gonna hear the stats on that.
Costa Rica.
That game that it hot still. Unfortunately so, but that game there was actually boy, what them would call it up is a barn burner. Because if you
Word.
are watching the game for us as Jamaicans, you're frustrated, bad, bro. Essentially was kind of out of the game for a little bit. We made a nice comeback. Norm was impressive in terms of getting us back in that game. But brother, we did have one possession where we missed and got rebounds 5-6 different times before it went to overtime. So we had 6 to 7 different opportunities to score a layup, a putback. It's just we just shouldn't have win in regular time. Like we really dashed that way and it went to overtime. And yo, you guys will read out the stats, it will speak for itself. But yeah, Norman Powell was the Jamaican MJ that night. Clutch. That's why he's here. That's why we want NBA talent for games like that, where you need a win, where you need to qualify for the next round. That's why them put in the work in Miami, in them little, in the training camp and all of that. That's what it's for. Those big moments, and yeah, man, deliver for sure.
Yeah. So I would say some games you need that superstar to bring you over the hump, because definitely we needed it in Norman Powell, Jamaican Jordan, in this game versus Costa Rica, because he was the only one who had double-digit scoring for the whole Jamaica.
Really?
I never even realized that when I was watching.
The closest to 10 points was Romario Gill at 8 points. Yeah. But I could tell he was hustling. He had 18 rebounds, 8 points, 18 rebounds.
That's what I want from my center. A man who can grab some damn boards, brother.
So if Norman Powell didn't get 30 plus this game, we most likely would have lost.
Yeah.
You know?
No doubt.
Yeah.
Clutch 3 after. You know, the funny thing about the game too is like we know Norm as the, and Mello will talk about Norm too, because Norm played for one of them favorite teams, or used to. And like the type of player Norm is, running off of screens, pulling up threes, and 1 threes, all of that. The man was doing that in this like format of basketball, and it's something beautiful to watch when you're cheering for him. I can't lie.
It seemed like him definitely put him foot down and show him class in terms of the competition, because even, we're going to get to the Mexico game, but people in the chat on the live stream is like, where is Norman? Everybody who watch the games looking forward to seeing that NBA talent, showcase itself against other players. And yeah, him definitely show the difference. I think even seeing him on the court sometimes you can just see the difference. Like him just physically look bigger than a lot of the players. Them. I don't know what them I feed them in the NBA. Kind of juice them.
Roids allegation.
Yeah.
The competition was elevated.
When I think the nutrition is
the nutrition,
yeah, that's really what it is. Yo.
They have the very best of the best, so they're going to look like these compared to the average man.
Right. We need one of them trainer there for real, you know what I mean?
Or compared to a Division 2 Spanish league, or just for example, or whichever league, the NBA is training these guys to be beasts. You want to make all NBA team? You want to be an all-star?
Plus it's 82 games.
Physique up, nutrition up, fully. Monster.
Yeah, if you play 82 games, it's serious, because I don't think I play 82 games in any 1 year ever. Like 82
most likely
full 40 plus minute games. I don't think that's ever happened in my life.
You're not playing 40-minute games though. That's one good thing. You won't be playing no 40-minute games if you were playing 80-something games. Hopefully.
Oh man.
Hopefully.
I mean, it makes sense. I could see the last game since mentioned Powell. He never actually played at the Mexico game, and I actually watched the game there, start to finish. So, like, everybody in the chat, the Mexican them, we that talk shit to the Mexican them in the chat and shit. Well, me did that talk shit to them at least. My name is like, oh, Norman Powell not here, y'all cook. And I'd be like, yo, y'all gonna give up, and then we're going to take the lead on it. We that talk shit to the Mexican.
You're in the chat?
Yeah, in the live stream chat.
Yeah, it was
Doug is in the chat.
let's see.
Okay.
Well, Amir, do you watch a game? Do you watch a game, Lee? Treez, the Mexico game?
Yes, we were. I watched it at Lee place, I think.
Yeah, it's very
I pulled up at Lee and watched it.
very
So yeah, we
underwhelming.
watched it and we lost. But we already made it through the run. We already made it through the zone. So I think that was we didn't play Norman Powell. We didn't,
Honestly, I feel like watching that game show me kind of what I didn't notice before. In the other two games, even though we have a great player in Norman Powell, and to me a good player in Gill, excellent player. And then I also like the Thomas dude from the forward for us, Ramaria Thomas or something like that.
Yes.
Ramin Thomas.
Sorry, yeah, big up Ramin. I think he's a good player too. That should
He's
be
consistent.
Yeah, and him
He's
as
from
well.
the Bronx and from the BX.
BX,
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bronx.
So that I feel like those type of players, it show me those are the good players in the team. I also like Facey too. We can speak about Kenton Facey as well. I think that's a really good player as well that we can keep in the squad. But for me, the guard play was lacking. I like the backup point guards that they had on the bench, but I feel like the guards that were actually starting the game, it wasn't it. We need an improvement in that field. So I'm hoping that we
But
can get
that's without Norman Powell, though. You mean in
but even
terms
with
of the guard
Norm,
play?
we have a point guard. Norm is not a point guard, and I think the
Oh,
guard
sure.
on the court. Minus the backup. I'm missing his name now, but there is a backup point guard that each time he came on the court, him actually give us a different feel. He was moving the ball more, making more open shots. That's just one improvement would I definitely make. Looking at that Mexico game, but it's a good reality check for the team because one player shouldn't be the difference between you and Mexico by like that many points. So there's more work to go
Cause it was
outside.
a spanking. We have to be all the way honest with brothers, you know what I mean? Them I represent the squad, them I represent
Yeah,
them I represent the nation. Man, them get them ass whooped. You know what I mean? It kind of shameful when the Mexican them I talk shit. And I can't really say nothing back. Cause at first me that talk shit and we either get back in there. And then
yeah.
like third quarter now the man them start spank with. So my whole tone have to change. My first start get the Mexican them props like okay,
But
y'all
you know
nice.
what it was about that game? To the Mexican man, them have two youth. Wait, I don't know. Them man, they're like 6'7", 6'8", like some George Niang type youth. But every time the man them get the ball, it's like them would have swing it one. They would this is the issue. We're playing defense, and anytime they would use a screen and roll, was over helping and leaving dudes open for threes. Like there's like two of the Mexican man them we must hit like 5, 6 threes, some uncontested. And you can't leave man
Most of them.
we're actually good shooters open for three. So that's one thing we need to realize as a Jamaican team, how to guard pick and rolls and how not to overhelp leaving good players open for shots. Like that's really the issue. The man them have open shots and they made them. That's really the
Right.
difference. We had a
But
run.
to be fair, no, I mean, as I said, to be fair to the yard man them and things still. Yeah, so them are overhelp on the screen them and thing. That might be a little bit unfamiliarity with each other as a squad. 'Cause them grab them from all over the world, like the Infinity Stones, and put them together for make the squad, right? So they might not have that communication and synergy between each other and trust. So you know what I mean? Really do the right, make the right reads in terms of defense and trust each other. So that could be the reason why. Cause I did see that for sure. The Mexican them either get bare open threes and them either knock them down, you know what I mean? Them either knock them down for sure.
And that's the difference, brother. Like we weren't able to create that many openings on our end because, as you said, the chemistry is not necessarily there yet, and how they actually play without Norm, we haven't really been able to see. They got used to playing with Norman Powell for 2 games,
Right.
and now you have to maneuver without playing with your arguably your best player. Don't even think it's an argument. So
It's not.
it's a tough thing when Mexico try win, and we are comfortable not winning the game because Norman Powell sit out the game whether it was because of injury or something else. I mean,
Yeah. One more quick thing with it too, when it comes to the chemistry. Talking shit to the Mexican supporters, it made me realize that their players, a lot of them, actually play in the Mexican
league.
leagues, the local leagues. So them definitely have familiarity with
Familiarity,
each other.
right?
Exactly. So
The
like,
chemistry.
them would in the chat them would be like, oh, this guy play for Desportes, blah 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 blah, some Spanish
Oh
thing.
man.
And that one play for blah 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 blah. And I'd be in the chat like, do any Mexicans play in the NBA? You know what I mean? I troll them and you know what I mean? But them don't really, while they might not have that supreme talent like an NBA talent, them have a decent balance and mixture of players who familiar with each other. And I guess the standard of the Mexican league is of a certain quality, where them spank with. So we definitely want, and it's probably a sign for sure, say we need the NBL and the local leagues in Jamaica for get more funding, you know what I mean, and get more organized. We definitely have the potential and the athleticism to, have a better league, a more competitive league, so that hopefully we can put out, a more consistent and competitive squad.
Yeah,
So that's the
Yeah.
obviously,
thing.
And I
the
mean, I
longer they
kind of
play, the
gone through.
longer they play together, the better that chemistry will build. But we just can't get spanked in football and basketball by Mexico, bro. We have to have something.
Yeah, no, but
That's
my thing with it is that I think to Melo's point earlier, I think we might be a bit too harsh because this is kind of the first time that, not the first time, I shouldn't say that, but it's very very new. Like they came together a couple weeks before in Miami for train for this. While as you said, the Mexican team has been playing with each other for who knows how long. Could have been years at this point. Them can be in the most of the other teams, them have academies where you start under 14, under 16, under 21, where you're playing with the same type of dudes where everybody know everybody. Even if you go over there, so you've been playing with this youth for a couple of years. That's the thing that will lack everywhere. That's how it is in football, and that's kind of how it is in basketball now. It's relatively new for basketball, so I don't think we should be so hypercritical on the man them and the performance against Mexico, because to me that's not our best team that's out there. And who's to tell if that's Mexico's best team too? I feel like, I think they do have one or two NBA players, if I'm not mistaken.
They do. They have one, the Jamie youth in
Hackers.
Yeah,
Miami. Yeah,
But
yeah. I
though,
mean,
have he played any of the
triple.
3 games though?
no, he never played the games, but you don't know. Even if I'm forward, no, I'm done that up. So we're cool over there. So, but it's just,
That's what I was telling them in the chat too. Double
yeah.
is in the chat, guys.
I
So,
mean, Norm versus him. But the thing is, just like you guys just say, all of these players already have this chemistry. So to add him in will probably make them go, to another level.
Them are nice, man.
you
Yeah.
But
know that. May I tell it, the man them have two youth on the Mexican team with a straight gunman. Like you can't leave the man them open, and
You
that's
remember
the thing.
Aura Boss? Remember when I was watching the
Yes,
game? Aura
yeah.
Boss, yeah.
But him is not even one of them. Them have some silky hair
who
Dominican
name
dude.
Aura Boss? Who name
One of the
Aura
Mexican
Boss?
player.
On the
Them, if you watch
Mexican
the
team.
highlights, you will know who I'm talking about. Because
No,
Aura
him
it's
Boss.
like
is the
everything
one
him
that
do.
looked the most animated and
Yeah,
everything.
everything him do, him just isn't it animated? Like there's a call, him just like
Yeah.
a walk.
No, it was Aura Farming. It sounded like it was Aura Farming.
Right. Till he became the final boss of Oro.
Okay.
But I mean, kind of going to the next point though. It's a question for the panel still. We now qualify for the next round of the World Cup, and
The actual qualifiers.
we actually get to play Puerto Rico, Bahamas, and Canada. Not telling you from now. All respect due to every single man we're there on the squad, because we have some real ballers on the squad. We need some reinforcements.